Hey guys, welcome to Cray Outdoors. I know I'm failing at this daily videos promise, but I did put a disclaimer in there that if I go fishing and don't catch any fish, there's a chance I won't be able to do a daily video. And that has been the case so far, unfortunately. It's been a worse 2017 start than my 2016 started, and I had a pretty bad start in 2016. It was a poor ice season starting off, and this year we have safe ice, but the weather conditions have been crazy and the fishing has been terrible. So here's a couple clips of my first couple trips out. Hey guys, welcome to Cray Outdoors. Got out trying ice fishing again here out in Pennsylvania. Just spent a ton of money on our Pennsylvania licenses, me and my dad. So yeah, Pennsylvania licenses are more expensive than New York State non-resident licenses nowadays. Anyway, hoping to catch our first fish of the year today. We'll see how we do. I'm going to be having my GoPro in the waterproof, freeze-proof casing again today because it is extremely, extremely cold out here, not using the contour roam. So audio is going to be terrible in this video. But hopefully we can catch some fish and get on the board here in 20. Alright, I didn't bother trying to turn on the camera this time, so I keep missing them whenever I try and turn on the camera. But finally got a fish. I figured out what's been biting. It's just a tiny perch. Yeah, that's something decent. It could be a trout, I don't think. Could be a trout. Dad, can you grab my other pole? It's running into my other line. Hang on, I'm getting it. Big perch, I got it. Just a huge freaking perch. Oh, that pole's got a fish on it. This one's got... Oh. What's happening? Oh, I'm in my line. Okay, that's what's happening. It ate both. Look at that. It ate both of them. Both jigs are in his mouth. It ate both of them. That freaking thing. And I spilled my pop. Holy cow. It actually looks like the one might have just got entangled with it. Good news is the perch in this reservoir have gotten bigger over the years. This one's this is my PB perch for this reservoir. Biggest fish of 2017 so far. At least they're getting a tiny bit bigger. Alright, now I got a mess. So the main reason I actually bought my Pennsylvania license that day was I was anxious to get out on the Allegheny Reservoir while it was safe, get out on big water. So here's the video from that. Alrighty folks, well today we're on the Allegheny Reservoir. This is my first time fishing big water this year. Unfortunately, we've only got about 2 hours to fish. I got a much later start than I wanted to, but that's okay because it's been my experience. Fish usually don't start biting till about the last hour and a half anyway, and now that I'm set up, we've only got about an hour and a half. So hopefully it'll work out and we'll catch some fish. It looks like I'm already marking something on the very bottom there, so we'll see if seems to be something hanging around the bottom, so hopefully we can catch jig up some perch or something. And tip-ups are set for pike and walleye. Everybody else seems to be fishing deep and not catching anything, so I went shallow today. We'll see if that little risk pays off. First flag. Looks like it dropped it already. Alright, yeah, he's a little beat up. Something pulled at him. Flag up, and it was just spinning. Something keeps grabbing him and dropping it. Oh no, that's why it dropped it. I think it's still on there. Fish is still on there. Got wrapped around the spindle there. I wonder if the fish dropped it. I think I got something. I think it's a perch. Yep, big old perch. Alright, at least we're on the board. I shouldn't say a big old perch. It's about an average size perch for this reservoir. Of course he swallowed it. Alright, well he swallowed it, so we might have to keep him. He's barely keeper size. There's a fish on here. Bringing in my last tip up, and we got a fish. Another fat perch to end the day. Probably can't even see them now that it's all dark. But we tried it. I was marking fish for most of the day, but they're just little tiny things. I couldn't hook them, and they're being very finicky. I'm guessing it was little shiners or smelt. So the bait was there, and then towards the end of the day, you know, some bigger fish moved in. I think they were big perch, and but yeah, ended the day with just those 2 perch on tip-ups. And unfortunately, I don't think I got the second one. Was a little bigger. I didn't get that one on film, I don't think, because it was too dark at that point. I pulled the tip up out of the water, and then all of a sudden, it started spinning. There's a fish on there, even though the flag never went off. I think he might have bit right then. He didn't swallow it or anything. He was barely hooked. I think he grabbed it right as I was pulling the tip up out of the water. That little bit of movement got him to bite. But yeah, I think the fish were there. They're just being very, very finicky today. We're in the middle of a big warm-up. It was getting warmer the whole time I was out there. It's supposed to get up to 50 degrees tomorrow, so sounds like the fish were biting earlier this week. Whenever you have a big warm-up and the snow melts and a change in pressure and stuff like that, usually either turns the fish on or turns the fish off, and in this case it turned the fish off, unfortunately, but it's good to finally get out on big water. So please note that the first 2 locations, or the clips you just saw, both of those places that I was fishing should now be considered unsafe, at least according to the reports that I've heard. The Allegheny Reservoir it blew out completely, and that other reservoir in Pennsylvania, I heard that the shore ice is blown out pretty good on that as well. Those of you that are locals know the situation, but those of you that are not, we had major flooding in this area. The parking lots to a lot of the places that I ice fish were actually underwater. That's how high the water level got. But it had been so cold the week prior, the ice was so thick that the ice actually survived. There's a couple days it was unsafe because the ice shelf was safe, but the water level was up so high, like I said, it was up to the parking lots, so you couldn't get to that safe ice shelf till the waters finally receded. So the waters finally receded, the ice got safe again, and I made it out a couple more times, 3 times actually. I was completely shut out on Case Lake. The next evening I went out with my dad. I spent a decent amount of time on Case Lake too. I deleted the footage. I should have included the videos. There was actually like tree branches coming up through the holes that my tip-ups were in, just from all like the brush that had gotten washed into the lake during the flood. Again, you could see where it was up to the parking lot, the water level. It was crazy. The water there was like chocolate milk colored, so I was marking fish on the flasher, but couldn't catch anything. Just not good conditions. And then the next evening, I went out with my dad for a couple hours on Harwood Lake. Water clarity was better. People said they were catching a few fish, but we didn't catch anything. Shut out my first 2 times out in New York State. And my 3rd time out, here's the video clips from that. Today we are finally back at Quaker Lake. I have actually not been here since that excellent day I had. We've had some crazy ice conditions this week. Fishing so far has been terrible. I'm out with my dad today, so if we can catch anything at all today, it will be better than we've done all week. We keeping tension on this thing this time, not letting them get away. First New York State fish of the year. It's a step bigger than my first fish of the year that I caught in Pennsylvania. Sad to say. Ay. Dink perch number 2 of the day. I think there might be something on this one. I got a little perch. Just checking tip-ups, and the line is way that way. Slippery the ice is. My dad just got his first fish of 2017. That's a really golden looking perch. Yeah, I know. Well, I think that one's going to become bait, considering you're killing it. Well, how are you going to get it out of it? Well, that's actually okay. I need, I'll use it, for sure. I want to tip up, I want to put a perch on. Cool. Alrighty, well, my dad's on the board this year. It's the smallest one yet. They're getting smaller and smaller. Why? The bobber started going with the minnow, right? Right. So let it take some line, and the bobber pops up in my other hole. I caught another one. I think this one's the smallest one yet. That is definitely the smallest one yet.
Dink perch are back. This one feels a little bit bigger finally. Or he's just stuck on the transducer. That's a little bit bigger. Alright, biggest fish of the day. Not that that's saying anything.
So yeah, that just goes to show you I was in pretty much the same spot there on Quaker Lake that I was that day that I had that excellent day when I think I had, I don't know, I wasn't there as long. I think that excellent day that I had, I got there around 11 o'clock. But even during the evening, you know, those trout were biting right when I first got there. But in the evening, I still had like 5, 6 flags. And when I first got there and the trout were biting, I had like 10. I had like something like, I don't know, between 15 and 20 flags altogether go off that day. But yeah, I was there with my dad all the way from, we were there 1:30 till about a half an hour after dark, and not a single flag went off. And even the dink perch action was, we caught a few. My dad got his first fish of the year finally. Like, it was nice to catch dink perch. That's how bad the fishing was the 2 days prior. Like, we were happy catching something, even though all we were catching were perch this big. So it was just crazy. And yeah, I went that whole time without a single flag. So that just shows you how hit or miss ice fishing is here in the lakes in Cattaraugus County. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I apologize for the boring video. Believe me, it's boring for me and my dad when we catch no fish as well. Hopefully fishing will turn around here soon. Not sure if I'm going to get out fishing again this week, just because I need to start preparing for my internship. And like I said, the fishing just hasn't been worth it anyway. But I might get out, and I'm going to try and get back into doing the daily videos this week. So even though they won't be fishing, they'll be fishing related. I've got some ideas for how-to videos and things like that. So stay tuned for that. This Saturday, I will be at the Olean Outdoors Show. It's Saturday the 21st at Good Times of Olean. I'll try and be there between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, let's say. I might stay a little later than that, but that's the time period in which you can for sure catch me. It gives you an hour and a half that I'll definitely be there. I'll be running around with my green Paul Smith hoodie. Haven't decided if I'm going to do a vlog there yet or not, but we'll see. So you might get the chance to be in a vlog, and you'll get the chance to meet me if you show up there this Saturday between 1:30 and 3. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.